watching the Isaiah Factor Uncensored.
And welcome and thanks for joining us for the second half hour, The Factor Uncensored. Dating is already complex, but it can be even more complicated for the transgender community. Transgender activist Raquel Willis opened up about her own experience on Touré's podcast, The Touré Show. She says she's hesitant about revealing her transgender identity in the beginning in some cases.
I hate the burden of having to talk about my transness on the first or even the second date.
Wow.
If we met out and about, yeah, I'm more likely to hold off longer. Now, online, if I'm like on an app or something, I put it in my profiles. Like, I don't play that game.
No, but if I met you at a bar, restaurant, whatever, Raquel's so beautiful, can I take you out? Sure.
It varies, but I'm not going to be like, can you take me out? Sure. Oh, by the way, I'm trans.
Earlier tonight, we posted a question on our Instagram page. Should someone disclose that they are trans before a first date? Or is it their business and up to them? The results are in, and a majority of you, 89%, say that information should be disclosed in the beginning. We have members of our local transgender community here to weigh in. Gia Marie, Barbie Braxton, Jelani, and DJ Twerks. I'm glad to have you all here on The Factor Uncensored. And, of course, Barbie, let's begin with you. Most outspoken in the group. You've been here before. So when we talk about revealing that you are transgender to someone who may not automatically know, automatically get it, would you go out on that first date, or would you get to the second date, or is it up to them to figure it out?
Of course not. I'm not going out on a date with no man, first off, if they don't know. I meet you. You think I'm attractive, you get my number, we're going to talk, and I'm going to tell you right then and there, because it's either going to be a yes or a no. The world isn't over. I'm not going to play my life for a date.
And you say play your life.
Yes.
It could be dangerous.
Yes, it could.
For
Absolutely.
someone who feels like they have been misled.
Most definitely.
Tell us about that.
Being like on the more passable side, men come at me every day, all day, but at the same aspect, men who are attracted to transgender women know what they're seeking. So most likely, they already know, and they're coming to me because they know that I'm trans, but a lot of them don't. But
can you sense those who already know?
No.
Okay.
No, because they don't treat me like, oh, that's a trans woman. They treat me like how I'm supposed to be treated. But, you know, the thing is, life is too short to try to trick somebody for money, for a date, for dinner. Buy your own food. Like, I would never. It's either going to be a yes or a no. And that's why I get respected the way I do when they do find out.
And Gia, we have heard of stories where individuals have been in relationships, and whether you believe them or not, they say, I found out this person is transgender. And then they got violent. They either killed them or harmed them. Your thoughts on a situation like that, and what would you do first of all?
I mean, first of all, I think just disclosing the information, maybe not immediately right away. I've been approached at the bar, when I'm out to dinner or whatever. I've been approached, and that's not something I disclose immediately, but like Barbie said, like, if you want to take my number, we can talk. I'm gonna let you know right then and there. Like, first couple messages, hey, by the way, I'm trans. I don't know if you know that, or whatever the case. And
because at the bar, it could be dangerous.
Exactly.
You could be attacked at the bar.
Exactly. You could physically be punched in the face just for telling that person, I'm trans. And just in their own mind, they don't know how to, if they weren't expecting it, they're not gonna know how to react sometimes, and you could get knocked out. You know what I'm saying? You could get a drink to the face. So I mean, it is really dangerous for the girls out there, so just like being open about those things is important. I wouldn't do it like right away, you know what I mean? If they're showing interest, I'll give them my number, and then we can talk, and I'll let you know through text message. Because in person, it can be very dangerous. It can be really sticky situation to do something like that, you know, in person. So I don't think it's the smartest choice to say it like in person like that.
And DJ Twerk, you got a whole damn wife, don't you?
I do. 5 years. 5 years.
So you're not even dating. You know, or at least you don't want her to know. So your thoughts on this conversation?
Uncensored. So if I was dating, I look at the situation on both sides. The reason why I say both sides is because I still have my vagina. It's called bottom surgery for a trans. That's very important too to have. Right now, me and my wife are thinking about doing that. We have a consultation later down in the year, but right now, I have a vagina. Bottom surgery is when you get surgery and you turn that vagina for trans men into a penis. Two things. Dating, if I was dating right now with me having a vagina, I would be able to let that person know right away, that woman know, hey, I'm trans, I'm a trans man, I was born a woman. Only because when it gets to the point where I get first day, second day, get in that bed, and they be like, dang, how we gonna penetrate? There's no way. I mean, there's a way, but there's a way that what they thought they were gonna be is not going that way. So telling the truth off top for that situation, I would. I'm trans man, I was born a woman. Now when it comes to having the bottom surgery, there's no reason for me to even say anything to them because I'm a whole man.
All right. And Jelani, your thoughts about that as well. If you have that surgery and you physically are what you identify as now, do you think there's a reason to tell?
Me personally, I'm a homebody anyway, so I kind of take things a little slow. Even for us, it's kind of scary as well because females are just as crazy as guys, honestly. And there's no telling who they might know, and they might feel some type of way just because I'm trans, and they might let that person know. And, you know, things can just definitely go down south from there. So I just try to protect myself and have conversations with them just to see where it goes. And if we feel each other's vibe, then I feel comfortable enough to say something.
All right, we'll be back after this. Stay with us. And welcome back to The Factor Uncensored. We're talking with our panelists of transgenders about should they reveal or when should they reveal their truth when they are dating someone. First date, second date, when? Gia, you had a comment.
Yeah, I think that revealing right away, honestly, 9 times out of 10 when a man approaches me at a bar, he's gonna know I'm trans. There's no question about it. If you didn't know, I'm flattered, thank you, but you know, they have to stop acting as if they don't know and then get upset when they find out, if that is the case. You know, that can't be real, you know? You see a beautiful woman, you are attracted to her, you're gonna know whether she's trans or not, for the most part. I mean, there are cases where girls are so passing that you wouldn't be able to tell, which, you know, are few, but like I said, they're gonna know that we're trans. You can't pretend or like act like you didn't know. You know what I mean? Like, we're not trying to trick anyone, and that's not that. Like Barbie said, we're not trying to trick you, and that's not our intent. So I just think for the most,
it is your position that the average man should know.
Absolutely, absolutely. You know what you like, right? I mean, you guys know what you're attracted to. So why would it behoove you, or why would you be surprised to be like, you're trans? You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't need to like come out with that right away. I will tell you at some point, but you know what you were walking up to, you know?
Barbie, let's hear from you.
But at the same time, they always say, I can tell the difference what was born and what was not, but they can't. I'm telling you, every day at work, I get approached and they tell,
And I feel like I look the same. I don't feel like I look different. I feel like I'm, so when people say, oh, you look great, or, oh, wow, twerk some, you really looking, you know, good there, then I'll be like, I don't see nothing different. I just still see me, DJ twerk some. Not saying I'm still the woman, because I've always been the nigga, the guy, you know, I've always been that man. But as far as physical appearance, everybody says I look different and I'm changing into a good part. But I do think it's harder for women to come out to someone and tell them that they're trans versus men, just for experiences that I know of.
Jelani?
Right. I definitely agree with DJ Twerk something on that one. It's a lot easier for us to come out. It's kind of harder for them to tell. You know, we get the facial hair and all this, and a lot of us work out. It's just a lot of different masculinities that come with us transitioning. You know what I'm saying? That's easier for people to see with just, I don't know, just the naked eye. So, I mean, it's still unsafe, but at the same time, I mean, it is a lot easier.
And I work deep in the club industry too, real heavy in the club industry. So everybody approaches me, and you know, there's women out there. My wife sees it sometimes. Women want to talk to me, and I'm like, well, I'm trans. Did you know I'm trans man? Do you still like me now? You know, and they be like, yeah. So it's easy for me to say, you know, what's up? And then my wife is back there looking like, uh-oh.
I never question that in the club, because I feel like if they're coming up to you at the club, I mean, I don't ever really like, I don't know, maybe I'm just like a little less when it comes to those type of situations. When I'm in that situation and they come up to me, I'm not, you know, I'm not gonna be like, did you know I was trans? I'm not like, you know.
All right. Thank you guys for joining us here. I don't mean guys like guys. I mean, I'm trying to get me cancer. I got bills to pay.